Hey, everybody, and welcome back to another dual episode of Networking and Marketing Made Simple and the Entrepreneur Rescue Mission. I'm Scott.
Yeah, I'm Nancy.
Almost forgot who we were. So anyway, in today's episode, we've done these episodes before, and obviously they change year to year. And these are three of our favorite tools that we're currently using in our business that we want to recommend for all of you to take a look at and even start implementing and using yourselves. There's a lot. I will say this, there are a ton of amazing and incredible tools out there. And depending upon what your business needs are, the products and services that you have, obviously some of these may be aligned with what you're doing, and some of them may not be aligned with what you're doing. So the first one that we wanted to talk about is something that people have definitely heard of, is ChatGPT. Now, this came about probably about a year and a half ago at this point. We've done trainings on ChatGPT. There are people that are all about AI right now, and there's a lot of people that are against AI right now. We are in the camp, we love AI. All the amazing tools and resources out there, it's just making everyone's life easier. And again, Nancy spoke about this before. I ended up interviewing a guy on my podcast that had a PhD in artificial intelligence, and the way that he said it was so beautiful. He said AI is the sandwich, the bread of your content sandwich, meaning, the AI that you use or you're using to help curate and create different topics and content. That's the bread, but the meat, you have to add your own voice, your own tips, and your own specific things to it to obviously make it your own. These are prompts. So, Nance, let's talk about the benefits, the loves, and the amazingness that is ChatGPT.
Oh man, I still go back. I remember where I was when I used it for the first time. It just is an incredible tool. And honestly, I get so excited just thinking, right, about all the different things that we can do, just as humans, now that we have something like this, a lot of people are afraid, obviously, that it's replacing a lot of things. But, I get excited as a marketer. It's streamlining and making so many things more productive. So we're able to really do so many things that used to take so much time, and really shorten that curve. So ChatGPT is just fantastic. So, from an amazing tool standpoint, the big thing with ChatGPT, I've been using the paid version, which is ChatGPT 4.
I use the free version.
Yeah, and what I'll say is that my favorite things about the paid version are, the ability to really input a ton of information. You can even slide in Excel documents, PDFs, all different things, and you can actually ask ChatGPT to read the document and summarize it. Or, for example, you can add plugins to ChatGPT 4, such as VoxScript, and you could say, here's a YouTube, please summarize, transcribe and summarize this YouTube and bullet point, key takeaways. It's absolutely amazing, and the sky's the limit on all the different things that you can use for it. But that is definitely by far our favorite tool.
So one of the things that I love about ChatGPT, and this is something that we actually teach in our group coaching mastermind Expert Authority, is that we help people conceptualize and launch their podcasts. And one of the big things that people really struggle with is, I know what I want my podcast to be about, but I don't know what topics I should talk about are. And the great thing is you could literally input into ChatGPT and simply type, I'm in the process of launching a podcast about social media tips and education. Can you give me a list of 52 topics that I can then do into podcast episodes for the upcoming year? And guess what ChatGPT will do? ChatGPT will literally spit out 52 weeks of episodes of what you can do for your podcast. Now, it's just the title. You're going to have to actually put your own input in it. But what you can do is say, for the above tips that you gave me, can you give 3 bullet point tips that I can go off of to create my episode? And guess what it'll do? It'll re-spit out the 52 episodes with 3 bullet point tips for each of those topics that you can now use as an overarching theme to those individual episodes. So I love ChatGPT. That's just one of the ways that we use it. We teach it, but there are so many others. Now, the second tool that we wanted to talk about was actually something that I came about from one of my buddies, Evan Britton. We grew up together, high school, college. If you ever go to celebritybirthdays.com, that is his website. He's a top LinkedIn voice now. He's amazing. His whole family's amazing. Joey, Maddie, everybody. I love those guys. Anyway, Evan posted one day on LinkedIn about this new AI tool that one of his friends had created, and it's called Opus.pro. And what Opus.pro is, there's a free version and a paid version. So Nancy and I use the paid version. It's only $19 a month. And you get up to 6 hours of video transcription. So here's how it can be used. So what you would do is say that you have some YouTube videos, you have some regular Zoom videos that you've maybe done for a podcast, or you're just maybe doing training videos online. What you can do is you can grab that MP4 file, which is the abbreviation for this file that is your video. You can drag it into Opus.pro. And then what it'll do is it'll process it. And then what you can do, you can ask it to then create small mini clips anywhere between 30 seconds, 30 to 60, 60 to 90, 90 to 120 seconds, even up to 4 minutes long, depending upon how long the video. You can prompt keywords that were mentioned in that video, like LinkedIn, sales, scaling, business growth. And what it'll do is it takes about 10 to 12 minutes, but it will then pump out 10 viral mini video clips that you can then share on social media. They're captioned and they're chopped up, so there's no ums and no ahs. So it literally can create more viral content for you. Now, with the free version, you can download those videos and then you can upload them to the social media platform of your choice. But with the paid version, you can actually, then pump it out to multiple channels, meaning if you wanted to have a YouTube short, or any of the other stuff that's out there. But using that free version is really great because you can then download all these videos, save them to maybe a folder that you have on your computer for later content. So now you can literally have 10 different clips to share over a 2-week period to the social platforms that you want to use. So this is how you can create additional content that is then ready to post later.
Yeah, and that really, I mean, video editing is one of those things that I don't love to do. And it really, really saves some time. I mean, when Scott showed me, I was just like, this is what I've always wanted, I need. So it's super awesome. So definitely check it out. I know there's different versions. They've got all kinds of different ones,
Well, the paid version is good just because you get, I think, 2 extra hours of upload time. So I think
Yeah.
you get 2 hours of video upload time with the free version. I think you get 4 to 6 hours of upload time
Yeah.
with the paid version. But here's the cool thing. If you don't use up your upload time, they roll over to the next month.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, so I have like 16 hours of video time that I could then upload and create later. So it's just really great. Depending upon the length of the video, you can actually get more videos. So, and that's with the free or the paid version. So if you end up uploading maybe a 30-minute video training, they may give you 12 to 15 different video clips and they score them for viral status, like the chances of it going viral. And they even have pre-written descriptions of what was said in the video that you can use as the caption wherever you're uploading it to.
Boom. Super easy. Awesome. So our third favorite tool, and of course we have to talk about this tool because we use it every day in our business and obviously with our clients.
And it's ours.
Our members, and it's ours. So we've been using this for years. But for anyone out there who runs a business, one of the hardest things to do is to stay consistent with posting social media content, right? It's one of those things that is very necessary, right? For us to get our business and ourself out there into the world, to build our personal brand, to generate awareness and so much more, right? So we have to post social media. It's one of those necessary evils if we want to grow our business. But the tool that we use makes it fun, okay? And that tool that we're talking about is our platform, which is called BYOB Social. So, the really kind of briefly, our history with this is years and years ago, I actually, obviously used to do a lot of work for clients and, I was patchwork quilting different programs to do the things that I needed to do, right? At one point I had a program called Tailwind to schedule Pinterest posts and I had, later to schedule, all the different posts. But none of the posting platforms, none of the social media scheduling platforms did all the things that I wanted them to do. Even the big one, that I invested in at one point, Hootsuite, things would happen, right? Like client posts wouldn't go through and then I wouldn't be notified and different things just kept popping up. And so I remember I was in the kitchen, I was like, I need a solution. I need just one tool that does all the things, right? Being able to schedule Instagram stories, right? Being able to schedule on Instagram and not have to do like an additional step, being able to post on Facebook pages, on Facebook groups, being able to post on LinkedIn company and personal pages, TikTok, Google My Business,
Twitter,
right? Twitter, right? So all the major platforms, I just wanted a place to be
all in
able to
one.
do all that. So that is what led us to, BYOB Social. So we actually partnered with a huge company. This is what they do, right? The developers build out social media scheduling tools. And, I told them exactly what I was looking for, how I wanted to help people. And they said, yeah, we got you. And so, we ended up doing that. And for the first 2 years, we just used it for ourselves. This was any clients that were under our agency. We used that platform in order to, schedule everything out. It wasn't until just a couple years ago that we said, you know what? Enough people said, this is so cool. And enough clients that were working with us were like, you've got to like let other people do this. And so we actually opened the doors. And so it's called BYOB Social. You can check it out at byobsocialposting.com. And some of the most amazing features, and what I'll tell you is every time we get recommendations from clients or people who are members currently, we put it into play, right? We love to hear feedback because we want to make it the best posting platform ever. So some of the awesome features that I just, again, love to shout from the rooftops are being able to post on all those platforms I just mentioned, right? You can post on all of them with the click of a button. The other thing that our platform has that none other, has is it has a built-in editor, meaning you don't have to go off the platform to create content and really pretty posts and branded content.
It's a built-in Canva-esque feature.
It's just like, yeah, similar to Canva. And you can build out posts. Plus, there's over 100,000 post ideas that you can actually scroll through, use, and then you can adjust, obviously make it your own, and schedule out your content with a few clicks of the button.
So my two favorite features, number one is actually the community that we've built within BYOB Social. It's not just a posting platform like Hootsuite or Buffer. We actually do monthly co-working sessions with the community where they can join a Zoom and Nancy kind of gives a State of the Union, what's going on. But my favorite thing is something called the AI Assist. So it's an AI integration when you're looking to create your content, and it could help you create and craft something that is completely yours. You type in a topic, you give a couple bullet points, you can select the tone of voice, and basically you hit comprise, and it will spit out a whole pre-templated post that you can use, edit, and then schedule out.
Well, and just like Scott mentioned earlier, right? Speaking to that AI expert, it gives you something to work off of. It doesn't make you sit there and have writer's block where you're like, what do I write? No, it'll give you a post and you can go in and add your own stories and tweak it and adjust it and make it your own, which makes the content process so much fun, right? It's the Mary Poppins quote, in every job that must be done, there must be an element of fun, right? And we love making difficult processes fun. Okay. So, the other thing, in fact, I'll just share a couple of other things, that obviously make BYOB Social unique. One of them is the ability to queue up posts. So you can hit a button and it actually will schedule your content out at different times across every different platform that you selected at the optimal times for engagement. So it actually pulls out the analytics. It knows when you got the most engagements on posts. It did all the research for you to find out, what your top posting contents and the times and the days, and it will throw the content right into that scheduled spot. So with the click of a button, now you have optimized times across all the platforms that you're posting. The other thing that you can do is, let's say you're part of a Facebook group, and maybe you guys always post the same thing on certain days. Let's say you have a Motivation Monday, and it's always a quote or asking people, what they're going to be kicking off the week with. Maybe you have a Work It Wednesday, hey, what are you guys working on? Or do you need help? Maybe it's an F yeah Friday post. If it's the same thing that you want to have going out every week, rather than having someone go in and, post it every single day or pre-schedule it, you can click a button, let it know how often you want it to repeat, how often, how many times, or just ongoing. And you click the button, and now that it is all scheduled out. In fact, I hired a team member years ago, before I had this feature, to go in and pre-schedule just exactly what I'm talking about. So there's so many awesome features. There's so many different reasons why our clients love BYOB Social, but one of the biggest reasons, obviously the reasons why we love it, is it saves you so much time. Okay, so you can spend the time that you would be creating, posting, scheduling out content, really investing time to generate leads in your business, do those sales activities, and get those things knocked off your plate that you've been putting off because you've been doing all the content and the posting yourself.
So one final thing, we always love to give back to people that give to us. So there is an affiliate program attached to BYOB Social. So say you're loving it, you can actually become an affiliate, you can share it out, and if people sign up through you, you actually get a 20% reoccurring commission every single month someone else uses the platform.
Spread the love.
Yeah, so we have people that have their monthly payment paid for by all the affiliates that they've shared this with. So we want to grow it together. So why not share and spread the love? So again, if you're interested in learning more about our BYOB Social, all you have to do is go to byobsocialposting.com. You can check it out. There's different prices and packages that you can get. But again, of all else, just the fact that this tool exists, it is going to streamline and make your life so much easier. And we would love to help you do that. So everyone, enjoy the rest of your day, and we'll talk to you next.